Hi, welcome back. It's been a few weeks. I haven't seen you. So I have a big surprise for you today, introducing the water. The Burdenko Method, of which I'm a big participant, educator, and advocate of, uses both water and land. And up until now, I've been showing you the land component. The idea behind that was to give you some tools to use during COVID-19 lockdown. And now that I'm back to work, I won't be doing videos anymore. So that was your window of opportunity, guys. I gave you a lot of information that's not normally available, because to get that Burdenko information, you need the proper. I am a master trainer, but we don't normally just make videos and put it out there carte blanche. So I hope you receive that information with the as a gift and with the energy that it was given. Having said that, it would not be complete if I didn't show you at least one water video, because the main impetus for me is I see almost every day people who are suffering. They have back compression, they have hip compression, they have pain in their skeleton. And you know, that opens this whole big, you take yourself with your pain to your medical practitioner, and they don't necessarily know what to do. They start doing x-rays. I mean, it could be so many different things. You can help yourself before you bring yourself to that point, just by getting in the water. Now you need deep water where you cannot touch the bottom. So think of this as the introduction to deep water video, similar to the video of how to walk. So this is basic information that's valuable, easy to use, practical when you have a little bit of knowledge. Why the deep water? When I'm in the deep water with nothing to stand on, nothing to hold on to, I have to use internal muscles to keep myself upright and to move. So involuntarily, all these muscles through your whole torso now have to work. They don't necessarily do that when you're on the land with bad habits. So the biggest thing about that is, in the deep water, I don't have that whole atmosphere of compression on my back. I have only 10 to 20% of gravity on my body, and only 10 to 20% of my whole body weight now on my body. Right now I have a whole atmosphere of gravity pushing down on me, and I have the weight of my body. If I don't have good posture muscles on the inside, I start to compress, you see. And you see that as people get older, they literally get shorter because they don't hold themselves up anymore. We have all the right equipment, but we don't necessarily use it. So in the deep water, all of that extra weight is taken away. Now we can operate in almost a gravity-free environment, and what that does, that allows the spine to hang. It allows all the vertebrae to create more space. So if I have compression between two vertebrae or three vertebrae, or compression in my hip, and I can't walk properly anymore because my hip is so compressed, you see, in the water I can just hang, and that just starts to unravel itself without having to do anything. You just hang. So I want to teach you how to hang and shake, and that alone is medicine. Okay? I'll teach you more than that. Before we get in there, we need some equipment so that we don't sink. Now I'll show you two options. If you have a lake or an ocean, if you have an ocean, you only need a small flotation. You need a belt that goes all the way around your body. There's belts on the market, they're called aqua joggers. They have a big panel in the back, and then they only come about this far. That's not good, because that tips your body. If you have the flotation all the way around, it doesn't It doesn't change the way you hang and stabilize. It will just mimic your body. So this just prevents you from sinking, okay? Super easy. In the ocean, this is all I wear, and even in a pool situation, this is all I wear. Some people need more. This is a vest designed by Dr. Burdenko. If you have a little fear about going in the water, that's more common than I thought, then you need something that really supports you. It's called a wet vest. You can get tutorials how to put it on, but you put it on with this panel in the front, same kind of panel in the back. Then there's this piece that comes underneath, and then you have the little wings that come onto the side, and this just velcros on top of the tail piece, you see? So now you'll feel really secure, and then there's a couple of belts here. You can do those up, and you'll feel really, really secure. It's like a big hug. And your weight will be evenly distributed. You've got even flotation all around you, okay? And if you're a real sinker, you can put the belt on top of it if you need more security, okay? So I don't need this, so I'm not going to use it. This is easy to get. You go to Wet Vest and look for the Wet Vest belt. It's by Hydrofit. Okay? Easy to get online. Okay, so today we'll be doing our shaking in the water. All right, so always come in from the shallow to the deep. I'm going to stop right about waist level and just show you something really quickly for posture, for shoulders, for ankles, a little bit of preparation. See what I'm doing here? I'm starting a little squat. I'm keeping my torso upright, but I'm bending at my ankles and knees and hips. We've done that in lots of the land videos. Take my arms, and I'm coordinating each time I bend and swing my arms. My arms are straight. Getting flexion in my ankles, knees, and hips. I'm also getting shoulder work and what's called supination and pronation. You see my hand comes forward and then the palm goes back. So I'm getting all those rotator muscles of the shoulders. This reaches my chest muscles, back muscles, shoulders, biceps and triceps, and rotators. My arm swing is equal to the back as it is to the front. I can also alternate my arms, combining that with my squat. So this is a nice preparation. Now I start using a little more obliques. So my body's not turning, but in the process of keeping my body squared, all those oblique muscles are working. You can feel them when you do this. Okay? So this is fantastic alignment. If you're hunched over a computer all day or over your babies, or if you're a dentist, doctor, hunched over your patients, whatever you're hunching over all day, this will help you to align yourself and straighten yourself up, back up again. All right? So I had to show you that one. It's a brilliant little exercise. Let's go to the deep water. As I walk deeper, I stay vertical. And then I keep going. Use your arms. Make sure you have enough room under your feet that you're not worried about hitting your toes. And this is like therapy right here. The water is a very healing environment to begin with. The first 9 months of our lives, we incubate in water. So right now, I have only, if I'm at shoulder level, I have about in between 10 and 20% body weight on my skeleton. That's huge right there. So people who have compression, who have trouble weight bearing, get them in the water. Get them secure with the right flotation, and then just let them hang. So I'm just hanging. I'm not even moving my legs. I'm imitating standing, like I was standing on the land. What you'll notice here is I make it look easy because I'm just standing. But quite often what will happen, people's legs will float up like that, or they'll float up to the back like that, okay? Or they won't be able to just hang. So what allows me to just hang and stay still like this is I'm flexing my ankles, you see, and I'm pulling down through the heel bones to make the legs straight without locking my knees. So your first challenge is to hang vertically, to really literally hang vertically, and let your body be in one line. That's your alignment. Right here, the spine is in its natural curves. There's no weight on the spine. The spine is really happy right here. Then I'm going to point my toes and flex. Point and flex. So this is all in my feet, but I'm keeping my legs still. My whole body stays still. My arms move a little bit. They're acting as stabilizers. So pointing and flexing addresses the muscles in my lower legs, addresses my feet, my ankles, and my lower legs. Most of us need more range of motion in our ankles. And when we're stiff in our ankles, that contributes to a faulty walking pattern, which then reverberates right up through the whole body. These patterns are what eventually can create chronic injuries. So this is so simple. You can do this. You go to your community center, or you know now why I live in this country, so I can work in the beautiful ocean. Okay, I can alternate my feet this way. This is very important. You can mobilize your ankles without any weight bearing at all. Okay, then relax your feet. Now start to shake. I want to keep one leg like I'm standing on it. The other foot is relaxed, and I start to shake it. If you have a dog or a cat, they do this naturally. They usually stand on 3 legs, and they take one leg, stick it out, and they shake it so fast it's almost blurry. Kind of do the same thing, but keep your leg down. So as I'm moving my leg this way, this action is instigated from the inside, from my core. And the rest of the body has to stay still. So it might not look like I'm doing a lot, but there's a lot going on that's really supportive for your health. These simple things, guys, can help you take more responsibility for your own welfare. You don't have to go running outside to other people to help you all the time when you have this basic strategy. That's why I do what I do. really useful, practical, healthy information that we should all know. I think we should learn this kind of stuff in school, how to look after ourselves. So I've been shaking at least for a minute. I feel the blood flow going into my legs. I feel the muscles relaxed and loose. So now I change legs and I do on the other side. Immediately you'll have a comparison. I can feel the difference. This leg feels different. So it all starts in the ankles. If your ankle is not loose, it'll be hard to shake. So the shaking starts in the ankle, in the foot. It goes up through the knee. The shake goes up through my hips, goes right up through my torso, and it can go right up into your shoulders and your neck. It feels good. It feels really good. It feels better than shaking on the land. It starts to stimulate that blood flow, so your heart rate can actually go up here. My heart rate is up a little bit, and all I'm doing is standing and shaking. And I'm still vertical. I know it looks easy, but trust me, when you get in the water and see if you can stay upright, you might be surprised. And in the process of getting yourself upright, you'll be starting to turn on all those valuable core muscles that you obviously don't use on the land, okay? So now I've done that leg for about a minute. Now both legs. Now see, this is like a body wave. I have no resistance. The water supports me, but it doesn't restrict me. So see how this movement is going right up into my shoulders and neck. That means that everything below is fluid and free. I turned 66 on Wednesday, and I have no chronic pain in my body. But if I didn't do this kind of work, especially the water work, I know I would have back issues, I would have issues in my right hip. So it's all manageable. So I'm going to speed it up a little. Now I feel my body getting warm. Yeah. There. If that's all you, oh wow, my whole legs are just tingling. Just blood flow moving in there. See these femoral arteries in the front? That's where most of the blood supply is delivered, through these arteries in the front of the hips. I can feel how they're open. There's no restriction of blood flow to my legs. So that right there is worth you getting in the water, just to do that. If you did that every day for a week, you would be amazed at the difference. So now, I'll show you a few simple things. You know how to walk on the land. Stay vertical and walk in the water. So I'll show this way. So just mimic a walk. Add a breaststroke to that. And move the water with your arms. So see, I cross my elbows on the front so I get a nice stretch across my back. So I'm forward walking. Now I want to reverse that, backward walking. Just like I taught you on the land, walk in 4 directions. When I reverse breaststroke, I'm using the same muscles in their opposite action. Okay, I'll go forward again. So this addresses my back, my chest muscles, my arms, my shoulders, my hips, my legs. Everything is moving. Walking is what we're designed to do. So we're taking the walk to the water. Water walking. and going backward. One more time. Your challenge is to keep your pelvis and your trunk still. You see, my legs are moving independently of my pelvis. My arms are moving independently of the torso. So all the muscles in the torso are acting as stabilizers. Dig down through that heel. See how I'm getting the extension? I extend from the hip as I drive down through the heel without letting the bum stick out. So my pelvis stays in line with my head. When you get a little more comfortable and confident with that, add a head turn. Look forward and then turn my head to the side. Look forward again. I'm going to add a little speed just to show you that. Okay, and hang and shake. And now feel how that feels when you shake. It'll feel different already. Really start to cultivate your body awareness and your sense of proprioception. Where are my legs? Sometimes we lose touch with our bodies. We don't feel where our legs are. So now, sideways. My arms will skull like this. The arms are just stabilizing. I stay vertical. Pick up one leg and then put it down to the side. Like I'm stepping over a series of logs. Full extension through the heel. So my ankle's very active. And I have to stay vertical in the water. The other way. You can progress. I call this glide and push with my hands. Small action at the wrists. Starts to coordinate upper and lower body. So I push as the heel goes down on the lead leg. With a little more speed. So I'm getting all this almost gravity-free exercise. There's no compression on my bones. In fact, the bones are spacing themselves apart, almost restoring back to neutral. I'm going to go one more time, fast. So you can get that endurance, speed, and strength, coordination, balance, flexibility. All of the components are there. It's like I'm running sideways. And then hang and shake. That's an active recovery. Aha. So I was working my legs, my arms, everything was working like a symphony orchestra, all the instruments. So the goal is to make beautiful music. All the instruments tuned in. Okay? Walking in 4 directions. Now the arms stabilize again. I'll turn to the side. To really address your hips, I'll show you something. I'm vertical. My ankles are flexed without the knee lock. Now I keep everything still except my legs. I'm performing the splits like a ballerina. But I need the split to be equal. Front leg not too high. And keep your pelvis still. So I'm really pulling down through that heel to get the traction in the hip. So this works now, my hip muscles, leg muscles. I have to stabilize my pelvis. So what it'll look like, most people stick the bum out with the back leg, you see? And then you can tell I'm not stable anymore. It doesn't look competent. And it isn't, because my pelvis was out of alignment. So my pelvis stays in line with my ribs and shoulders. Head will naturally get to be in the right place. Most of us stick our chin out a lot. So just notice the chin in. So I'll speed that up a little. The harder or the faster I go in the water, the more the water pushes back against my effort. And it's like, it increases the strength component. The faster I go, the harder it is to move. So the water has that built-in resistance. It matches my effort. Then I'll go really fast. And that's harder. That'll take your heart rate way up. So I'm getting stretch and strength, hips and thighs. There. Now hang and shake. So I'm getting a really great workout, but it's not compressed. My bones are not compacting down as if I was running. I can't run actually. My spine won't tolerate it, but I can run in the water. Now the opposite action spreads. My feet are parallel. My ankles are flexed. And I have to stay vertical. Let me show you what most people do. They take their feet out, and then the legs end up going forward, and then they end up out of alignment, you see. Then the pelvis starts moving. So keep in one line, feet parallel, they come all the way together, and I keep that traction down through my heels. So I start slow, that's like an active recovery. Then I speed it up a little. I feel now my inner and outer thighs working more. Doing it 7 to 10 at each speed, and then I go fast. Yeah, that's hard to stay in that one line. Now I really feel that deep into my hips, especially my right hip. Good, and then hang and shake. You see how it's organized? It makes sense? Giving you some good basics. It's mostly lower body focused. There's a progression to these exercises. Same on land. I probably won't be doing any more land videos. To progress and give you more advanced work is not right, because you need the right training to prepare you. And without it, you increase your risk of injury. But the water is a safe place. Now I'm standing. This is the most challenging one, I think, for people to understand in their head. This is the beginning of the walk. The first action of a walk is to raise the knee. The second action is to extend the knee. And I bring it back and down. So when I lift one leg, the water is lifting for me. But I want you to put the brakes on that comes from the stomach before you kick. The bottom leg has to really stay down. So these are alternating kicks. Start with the knee bend, add the extension through the knee. See, my bottom leg isn't moving. Bend the knee again, and then down through the heel. So if this is done without moving your pelvis, it will reach your abdominal muscles and your glutes. So I don't want to see this. You see, my whole pelvis followed the leg. The leg is way too high. The bottom leg is no longer in place. So don't get too focused on the kicking leg. Think about the leg that has to stay down and really anchor it. I'm pretending I'm standing on the earth. Alternating kicks. So pay more attention to the stabilizers. So this is not about how high you can kick. Just make it functional, like in a walk. So I feel my buttock right now on my left side. The water is doing this lifting for you. This kick is not hard. My bottom leg is working in my glutes. So alternating kicks. Then both legs. Now you have to figure out how to keep your own pelvis still. So come to the chair position. Then extend both legs. I have to anchor my pelvis stays back. Use the information you learned in the heifer roll to help you stabilize your pelvis. And then down. So this one, nice and slow. Come to your chair. I'm bent 90 degrees at my hips, 90 degrees at my ankles, 90 degrees at my knees. My sacrum stays back as I extend the legs. So if the hamstrings are tight, this is where you have to realize, oh, I can't straighten my legs unless I move my pelvis. So don't move the pelvis. Come back to the chair and go down. So I'll do a single, other leg, and a double, while keeping my pelvis and my trunk stable. It's a lot harder than you might expect, but in that effort of doing it the right way and maintaining your alignment, this is where you correct patterns that contribute to faulty walking. Bless you.
Thank you.
So this is very important, this one. And if it's very difficult to comprehend, go to the shallow water, stand on one leg, and figure out how to keep your bottom leg down. You can practice this in your house in front of the mirror. All right? And then shake, relax your shoulders too. I found myself in my shoulders a little bit on that one. I'll show you just a couple more, and this will be your basic survival kit. If you actually get in the water and do this, you will benefit so much. Okay. This is the barbell I use. It's made by Water Gear. There's other companies. Just make sure it has these 3 rings on the end. Some of them have only 1 or 2. They won't be sufficient. So this is always fun the first time. Use your own creative way to get this bar underneath your bum. So I like to hop over it. That might not be doable. Another way is to bring the bar close to the body, push it down, and then bring it around underneath. And if that doesn't work, then you need to go to the shallow water and just get the bar behind you and sit on it. So there's that smile line in your butt where your legs and your bum meet each other. That's exactly where the bar goes, right in that smile line. And then I want to sit up straight and keep my knees just a little bit below the hips as I start to walk. This is called sit and walk. This one's important, especially for people with knee issues. So this strengthens all the muscles that support the knee joint. And you go always two directions. So you hear me repeat the same things over and over again. Multi-direction, multi-speed, a combination of land and water. See, my ankles now get to be loose and relaxed. Dr. Burdenko would say, feet floppy like a fishtail. I like his expressions. So this one you have more space, you can use the shallow water a little bit more. Now I change my direction and come forward. Whoops, I went too shallow here. Now I'm pulling, pull, pull. It's like I take the arch of my foot, grab the water and pull it right underneath my butt. As I keep my vertical spine, see my barbell isn't moving, it just stays. And my sitting bones are behind the bar. Then when I go backward, it's a kick, 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 kick. And you can feel the quadricep muscles there working to extend the knee. Try to get a good range of motion. Full extension, so leg all the way out, the other leg all the way under. No arms, arms get to relax. You could practice your head turning here. I could add a chin down and a chin up. Lots of different things I could do. And I feel that in my calf muscles. Now I'm going to go fast. And my legs are getting tired. I'm going to show you something when you get better, how to do the t-shirt. I extend my arms all the way down. My elbows are straight. I keep one hand down, take the t-shirt up on one side, and then put it back on, and the other side. That really challenges your balance. Oops. And then you can do both arms. So this is for later on once you've mastered that movement. So there's always more we can do. Moving. And I'll show you one more thing. Let's add the breaststroke and a double leg kick. So now this becomes more abdominal work. Get a nice range of motion through my shoulders. My hands come right together, and I'm kicking both legs at the same time. stop. I have to show you something else. This is a little secret. This is how we test your balance. Balance is the first quality of the Burdenko Method. Everything that we're doing here and on land is challenging your balance, your ability to stay vertical. So see where my fingers are. I want to stand on the barbell. So I push the bar down. It's no longer touching my body. Bring the balls of your feet onto the roll, onto the bar, right on the balls of the feet, and then take the feet out nice and wide. So now I'm imitating standing again. My ankles are flexed, you see, like my feet are on the flat ground. From this position, I perform squats. So it's like I'm going from the chair back to standing, to the chair to standing. So because that bar is so buoyant, in order to get the bar down, I have to actually use my hip extensor muscles. Those muscles that defy gravity, the same muscles that help us stand up. So this becomes really interesting if you have an uneven weight or an uneven leg length. So equal pressure through both legs. Keep the ankles turned out so my feet are parallel and my ankles are flexed. So the secret to finding your balance here is to get those calf muscles nice and open. Right there is a huge calf stretch. And to keep your pelvis still. I extend my legs all the way without locking the knee. So that becomes more fun when I add speed. That challenges my ability to stabilize my pelvis, you see? I could also add turns. Turn and extend at the same moment. I'm turning and extending simultaneously. Starting with quarter turns. And then go the other way. I'm going to show you a half turn. Now you can see how this affects your waist muscles. That's probably enough. There's so much more. So much more. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to stop. So I'll show you one more thing just to get to the shallow water. You bring this bar in nice and close, right to your chest. Push it down. Bring it around and then hold it behind you. And now walk. And look at that shoulder stretch, chest stretch. If I bend and extend the elbows, that's tricep work. So we'll bring it home that way, bring it to the shallow water. So it's a combination of a walk and drag with tricep extension. And this is where our alignment is, you guys. We're not used to having our arms behind us, you see. Now my spine is in alignment. So have that in your head as you walk without the bar. So that's it. I hope that opens up a whole new world of curiosity for you. This is a healthy way to manage your body your exercise, and to be more of your own manager. I can't begin to tell you how the water can save your medical bills. So with an investment of a wet vest, a couple of barbells, start to research your area for a Burdenko practitioner. We're starting formalized training. There'll be more Burdenko practitioners within a year or so. And in the meantime, use the videos I've given you, okay? And start to research how you can find someone to show you more. Or come to Cayman Islands and visit me. So I'll post that on YouTube today, okay? There's, I think, about 15 videos there now. We have so much variety, and it's my offering to you. I will probably be retracting from that platform as we become more organized with the education program in the Burdenko Method. So what I have on there so far is with the approval of Dr. Burdenko, and it's a giveaway. It's information being offered. So thank you so much, you guys. Have fun. Take care of yourself. You are more of a creative, healing force in your life than you know. Right. Bye for now.